Yes, here we are once again. It must mean, and it's noon Eastern Time on a Wednesday, the High Noon Hemp Show on the Hemptations Beach page on Facebook, of course, on demand on the Jedi Hemp channel on YouTube as well. I'm, of course, Joe Clare. And through the beauty of technology in a completely different state for me, it is beach high above hemp quarters in Sharonville. How are things in a completely different state, Beach?
Things are going okay over here in Ohio, high above the Sharonville location of Hemptations. We're holding it down, I suppose. Things are okay over there in Kentucky. Nothing
Yeah,
bad that we know about.
same stuff, different day, as they say.
Same stuff, different day. I am Beach today, aka Jedi Hemp. That is Joe Clare, my partner in crime, aka Stoner Jesus. Together,
Indeed.
this is the adventures of Jedi Hemp and Stoner Jesus.
Nearing the end of season
Moving,
3, so what'll happen in the season finale
nearing
next
the
week?
end.
Who knows? Maybe a big
It's
plot twist.
anything could happen. It's true. I'll try to come up with a plot twist before the end of this show. Dun dun dun. What will happen next week on the High Noon Hemp Show? I can do that voice. Not too much going on, actually, in the old Hemptations world. I am saving the most exciting news for the first product of the product spotlight, so we'll get to that in a minute. This picture was going around Facebook last night, though. For those of you who know anything about The Sandlot, the movie, You're Killing Me, Smalls. Great movie for kids. It's just an awesome movie.
Not
One of the
wanting to
characters.
work. Hold on. There we go. Try it
Uh-oh.
this way. There we go.
There he is. For those of you who remember, that is Yeah Yeah from the movie. That's right. The kid's name was Yeah Yeah, which I love. Again, I would probably be Yep Yep if people called me anything, but he was Yeah Yeah because that's how he responded. Yeah Yeah. But here he is. He's in Cincinnati last night for a charity function, some type of fundraiser, and holding a can of Queen City seltzer water. So that's always fun when you see the old celebrities out there enjoying the products. And of course, we're seeing more and more celebrities not only using the products, but endorsing them and coming up with their own. I believe, was it Kim Kardashian? I shouldn't misspeak who it was, but I think it was her. Is she pregnant? Do you know if
If you're talking about the CBD baby shower, it was her. Her surrogate is,
okay.
I think, just had a
Okay.
kid. It was a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, at her baby shower, it was CBD based.
Indeed.
And so again, she gave a guest CBD stuff. And so it goes way up the Hollywood scene. And I can tell you something: most Hollywood stars don't embrace stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that some of them aren't getting paid, but I do believe that some of them are behind CBD because it is, in fact, benefiting them in ways that they believe in it. And so, anyway, that's kind of fun stuff going on. Holding a seltzer water. And of course, I watched Sandlot with my oldest way back in the day. And again, just love the movie one way or another. And so with that, little drum roll, the first product of the product spotlights, it's finally here, folks. We've said it's coming, and I'm holding true to the world, is the Hemptations brand
Bam.
CBD. Bam! There it is. In all its glory. We're doing and to not confuse the world anymore, it says CBD hemp oil because it's CBD in hemp oil. And so, yes, they are two different things. Yes, they are both in our bottles of Hemptations brand CBD. It comes in a 300, a 600, and a 900. We kind of did that just because it made more sense for a monthly dosage. So, an average month is 30 days. Might make it a little bit easier, to work out the dosage for the customer.
Yeah.
I do want to say that this is actually a Tri Hemp product. And when I say try, I mean TRI, because the labels are 25% hemp. That's right, folks. We've got Kentucky grown CBD, Kentucky grown hemp oil with a California made hemp label, 25% hemp. And so we're super excited to get these on the shelves. They are currently, I believe, making their way to all the stores. Sharonville has them on the shelf. We've sold our first bottle yesterday, I believe. And they may have made their ways to a couple of the other stores, but they will be everywhere by Friday. And so, first product of the day is the brand new, just hit the shelves, Hemptation CBD hemp oil. That's right, CBD
Nice.
in hemp oil with hemp labels. And so, and you can use this when you put it in the hemp oil. Again, you can, obviously it's still sublingual. The hemp oil is a little different of a taste to get used to. But you could also add it to any salad dressing oil if you wanted to. You could add it to your lotion if you wanted to. We actually took a little bit of the 900 and added it to some hemp lotion. And I got a CBD massage with it, thanks to Mary at Tohi Spa. And so that was a private massage. I don't want to get her in trouble with the state. She is not allowed, in quotes, I'll say she's not allowed under the Board of Pharmacy policies to give a CBD massage. But she gives a great massage. She uses hemp oil. You should contact her. I should get her information. Her information, actually, that should be up on the website. I cannot believe that I have not done that. That's so rude of me, to be honest with you. So anyway, when it's in the hemp oil base, you could add it to anything that obviously already has hemp oil in it, and it'll blend in nicely, whether it's a food product or a body care product. Any one of the shampoos or anything, if you wanted to add it to that, even though, I just recently said that I'm not sure if CBD and shampoo really can make a difference. It may do something positively, but, you're really looking for the CBD to be absorbed into something for it to show its true benefits, in my opinion. And so, yay, Hemptation CBD is here. I'm so excited. Again, awesome. I'm really, really happy to make this to get this done. Because this is local. I was holding out. I've had people offer me private label CBD products in the past. And for some reason, I think I was just kind of hemming and hawing on purpose because I was waiting for the right one to come along. This particular one came along again, Kentucky grown. It doesn't get much better than that when I've been saying all along. The closer it is, the better, which is true for any of the products. And so, anyway, we will move on to the next product, but I am so excited the Hemptation CBD is here. Again, price-wise, I didn't mention that, but I think the 300 is only about 30. The 600 is 55, and the 900 is at 80. I couldn't tell you our prices right off the top of my head, but I am pretty sure that those are really good prices for a CBD product as well, which is something else that we try to do around here. And again, with the more and more CBD that's out there, we're seeing products coming down in price. That's the way it should be. All right, so moving on, the next product is actually we just got these in. So we carry Green Springs products, but the pens are new to us. And so this is the 3D printed pen, comes in a gold trim, kind of a dark, I don't know what, gray trim in a silver. These run 2537, and again, both barrels of the pen are 3D printed. We're waiting on the injection molded as well, and so we'll have a whole line of injection molded And the 3D printed, it's interesting. The 3D printed is kind of like rough, which I think is, kind of nice. Not rough, like uncomfortable. You can just tell that it was layered. And then the injection molded ones are like really smooth. And so I'm excited to be getting those in. Again, this is the Green Springs Technologies. We'll be seeing a little bit more for them in the next segment. But they've been, we've been carrying some of their products for a while, as well as these are new to us. So if you're a pen person and you want to brag about having a very unique pen, how about a hemp plastic pen, 3D printed or injection molded when they come in? I'll let you know.
Yeah, high tech.
High tech. They're actually inexpensive for a pen at $25, if most of you know anything about the pen society of the world, but they spend some money on their pens sometimes. So anyway, the next product is the Hemp Hoodlam Make Hemp Not War t-shirt. This is one of my favorite tees. I like the way to wear this around and out to encourage people, obviously, to make hemp not war. This t-shirt runs $39.37. This is a Hemp Hoodlam. We have a whole line of their tees. I think the most sizes, again, are up at the Sharonville location. If you know your size or something, we could get it to a different location if you wanted to try and see. I know that's a little expensive for a t-shirt, but they're really nice t-shirts, and the message is a great message. And so you get something out of it. It's almost like you're buying advertising for a good planet. And the next product, which is definitely on the high end of things, I picked these up, this line of jeans and jean jackets. These are actually men's jeans, the Forever Faded premium hemp denim. Now, these run $115 a pair, so I understand that is way expensive for a pair of jeans. Again, they are designer, possibly one of the first all designer, real designer. I don't want to say real designer jeans because I feel like there've been some other, but these are definitely something different. But 100% hemp. They are also in the Sharonville location. I think for the best sizes and whatnot. If you're into designer clothing, you have enough money to afford that. I have a pair, but I only pay wholesale prices. But it is what it is, and so it's a fun thing to have on the shelves. And I realize that not a whole lot of people are obviously can afford a pair of $115 jeans, but they are hemp, of course, so makes for a fun story either way. And then the jean jackets too. I think the jean jackets are actually girl sizes, and I can actually see. They're very cute jean jackets. And I'm not positive on the price because I just did the jeans this week. Maybe next week I'll do the jackets. And then the last one, my product, as you know, we do 4 from the store, 1 from my door. Now, the 4 from the store now have been mostly single products from a particular brand. This is a coloring book. We did have these in the stores years ago. But this is my coloring book that when I get to wanting to do some not doodling, but coloring, it's pretty intense. As you can see, adult coloring books were really the rage. And Ray developed this hemp coloring book before the adult coloring book rage happened. If you don't know or weren't involved in it, that was just a couple years ago. It just seemed like there were a ton of adult coloring books coming out. And I don't mean like naked people to color in. I mean just like really intense patterns, like the one you can see right above the cover. That for whatever reason made it an adult coloring book because I guess they were harder than your average coloring book. But anyway, I keep this in my office, and every once in a while when I get an itch to do some coloring, I go grab it and I fill in. I've been working on this peace sign. I can't believe I haven't finished this yet, honestly. Most recently, it's probably my favorite. And so anyway, there it is. That's the one from my door, the Coloring Creations coloring book by Ray. Just Ray, R-E. That was his name. I think he's still out there in the hemp world. I would love to know, Ray, are you out there in the hemp world? He did some really fun stuff. He did some of the little pads we used to have that were really kind of fun, notepads and whatnot. Heck of an imagination, that's for sure. So there you have it, folks. 4 from my store, 1 from the. I'm sorry. Well, it is my store. 4 from the store, 1 from my door. The product spotlight. All these products, most of these products are available at the Hemptations locations. If they aren't at the location that you want them to be, then get a hold of us. Tell somebody. And we will get on that as quickly as we can to see if we can make sure and get it where it needs to be so you can take it home with you.
Absolutely. Hemptations.com for locations. I feel like the next segment, it really doesn't even need an introduction anymore. I feel like everybody knows already, but for the few that may have no idea what is coming, you must prepare yourself. I don't know if this is where the twist will come next week, if there'll be a huge plot twist in the season finale. You never know. But this is the time of the show where you find out really the most important question that'll be asked all day by you or me or anyone else. It's the Beachwear segment. What are you wearing, Beach?
That's true, folks. If you woke up this morning and you said, "What are you wearing, Beach?" Now you'll know. From the top to the bottom, this is a grassroots hat. I believe it has the chemical formula for THC on it, or some of it, actually. I was talking more from Green Springs, my newly acquired Green Springs Technology Ono t-shirts. So these were printed on the Ono t-shirts that we like to use too. That was nice of them. He sent me some of those in my size, knowing that I would wear them, and I did. And there it is. They have a couple other patterns. I think eventually we will probably carry these T-shirts in the stores. I think I have to go. I think it's a third party eventually to actually get the tees. But I really like all their designs. They have some really, really fun designs promoting them and the hemp plastic world or hemp itself. And so I got the Hempest boxers up there. Hempest is you can go online to, I think it's the Hempest, the one with a lot of clothing, not the soap makers. I think you can buy some hemp soap from someone called the Hempest as well. Got my old school hempy cargo pants on, nice and thick. Honestly, I think, I've had these for a while. I'd be safe walking through some heavy brush in these cargo pants because they're a nice, thick hemp product. My Satori socks. These are actually the knee highs with the leafs. We're waiting for Satori to restock because we're kind of getting low on their leaf socks, and so was he, like out of a lot. So hopefully we'll be getting restocked on those soon. And then my super modifieds, possibly one of the oldest pair of hemp shoes that I own right now, are these super modifieds. This was one of the first that they originally did as far as a design, incorporating hemp into the shoe 20 years ago or so, I'm going to guess. I'm going to have to go look that up now and find out. And so if you did wake up this morning, you said, "What are you wearing, Beach?" Now you know. The real question is will Beach actually do his runway "What are you wearing, Beach" segment?
Hey.
Maybe to end the season, maybe not. Stay tuned next week and find out.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Of course,
That's right,
for those of you who have been who want the show on demand, you find it on Facebook, of course, but you can also go to YouTube if you want to share it. YouTube is especially the best place to go, the Jedi Hemp channel, because Facebook's not good about sharing, but YouTube is. If you are on Twitter or Google Plus or Friendster or MySpace or whatever you're on, I'm sure YouTube has a share Jedi Hemp on YouTube now.
That would be great. I did realize, honestly, we're bingeable TV now.
Indeed.
It would take.
Watch them all.
That's right, man. You can start at number one on YouTube. Share it as Joe said over there.
Share as you go.
Join the Jedi Hemp channel and binge TV. Binge watch your High Noon Hemp show. Let all your friends know too. I agree with that statement. Again, you can go to hemptations.com as well and find all of the events that I talk about here on the High Noon Hemp Show. The first page has events that we are directly involved with or celebrate. And then the second page has the events that I talk about that are happening all over the world, for that matter. And so there's some big news, always some big news. It seems like, I go into the show not knowing what I'm half going to talk about. And then I realize over the week, there's some fun stuff that's happened in the hemp world. The Hemp Plastic Company, and this, you can go to hempplastic.com. They just announced that you can buy hemp plastic from them. You can commission, I believe, them to develop or help you develop a hemp plastic product. There are plenty out there that we would love to see, that's for sure. And so if you have any interest in hemp plastic goods, which to me is like, this could be one of the saviors of the world. If you don't know, I keep saying, and I hate that, but if you don't know, we could probably replace at least 60% of the world's plastics with hemp plastic. Not all, but most and a lot, and we should, because that would be again, as a renewable resource and not something that has to be pulled from the ground that will never be replaced for millions of years. We won't see that oil if there is any left, if we leave any, or if we even leave the ability for the earth to make any more. We'll see. But hempplastic.com, check in with them, see what they've got going on over there. I just saw this post, and so I haven't even had a chance to go and see if they actually have some products. I know they have in the past, and we've been waiting. But I think that they're ready to go with your hemp plastic needs. So make that happen. I also just this week, we saw a post for a gentleman who is he calls them Hemp Guard, but it's an air filter made with hemp. It just looks like, I should have had that picture up for this, honestly, but it just looks like a regular air filter, but it's a piece of material, I believe, in there to capture the dust. It had a paper outside, so I don't believe it would be like rinseable, but you could probably clean it off and then put it back in, as in reusable, I should say. I don't know for sure. He's just developing these. As soon as I can purchase them or we can get them in the stores, I saw he's just doing a 20 by 20 by 1 right now. I think that's a semi-common size for an air filter. And so I believe that depending on how much actual they cost and how much demand he gets for them, there will be other sizes hopefully available soon. But that's really neat. Not sure that I trust the stuff that filters the air and the air filters now. I don't believe it's natural in any way. I don't really know. It's essential to the proper workings of a furnace and getting clean air. I will say that, but I don't know if the material themselves is really that earth friendly. And so seeing an earth friendly hemp made air filter for a furnace is that's pretty neat. So as far as I know, he has plans to move forward with production. And so again, that's one of those you'll know when I know when they're available. But it's Hemp Guard, and so I don't know if he even has a website yet, but that's the name of the product, Hemp Guard.
Awesome.
And Grandma in the Disney World dilemma. We talked about this a little bit last week. She was arrested, immediately released. Charges were dropped. the latest is that if she does not get a public apology from Disney World and the police department, she is going to sue. Disney World has said that this is a police issue. Guess what, Disney World? It was your security guard that pointed this lady's CBD product out to the police. So if your security guard didn't know the law, it is going to be your responsibility. I think that them not coming out, I mean, it could have been very easily for Disney World to come out and say, I'm sorry that this happened. We realize that this was a mistake. You know, the inconvenience that it caused you, blah, blah, blah. But the glib that I saw said Disney World was putting it off on the cops. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But I know that she has a big name, litigious. I don't know if I can say that word. Attorney. So, you know, we'll see where this goes. I think you know what, the police department will probably. We'll see if we don't have an apology from them by the end of the day. So, you know, again, we'll see how that goes. But they probably will roll over pretty quickly because what do they care? In all honesty, they made a mistake. And if all they got to do is apologize for it to not get sued.
Yeah, seems a lot cheaper.
Seems a lot cheaper. Seems like a reasonable thing to ask for, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, they ruined this lady's day. The least, you know, the least they can do for her having a 100% legal product and ruining her day with her grandchildren at Disney World is to apologize. But, you know, so we'll see where that goes. Good for her for, you know, in all honesty, for poking the bear because, again, you know, she didn't deserve it. In no way did she deserve it. And, you know, I wonder how many other people walked into Disney World with a CBD product in their purse or bag or wallet or pocket or whatever that day, you know? And again, because you know, CBD is everywhere and everybody has CBD, and most people that carry their CBD with them are in the belief, because they should be, that it is 100% legal.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you know, the confusion is when they won't take your word for the fact that it's not a marijuana product. I'm sorry, it's not a marijuana product. Some law enforcement and authorities still believe that all cannabis products come from the marijuana cannabis, and don't realize that there is, you know, again, 100% legal hemp and hemp products, including CBD. So we'll see you know, what happens there with this lady in Florida and Disney World and all that good stuff.
Indeed. I do want to point out the people in the chat room, the chat area, the comment area, whatever it's called. Tanya checking in, as well as John and Costaman, all of them checking out the Temptations Beach.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Awesome.
I can't see comments though. We do appreciate everyone that watches. That is for sure. This next news, again, this has been going across the internet this week because this involved the heir to the Coca-Cola estate. So I don't even know where he landed his plane, and he had there was I think an actress or an actor on the plane with him, but they had 5,000 CBD plants, and of course the plants were seized because the law enforcement believed that this was, again, marijuana, and it didn't even say whether he was actually arrested or not. Because again, they're going to get this all worked out one way or another, but they had 5,000 CBD plants, not marijuana. Again, he's claiming that this is CBD. And again, as long as this stuff is tested and it comes up 0.3% or less THC, he's well within his rights to be flying around the country with it. I can tell you that. Once again, just went over this. You know, and I didn't look into it enough to see honestly what state or where this happened. I feel like it might have even been, I don't think it was another country. He might have been bringing them in from another country. That could be possible. But again, well within his legal rights to be in possession of 0.3% or less flowers. And obviously that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of what we would call buds. They called them plants, but I'm sure it was just the flower. Yeah. So it was just the flower that he had, which is commonly referred to in the world as a bud. But so, but that at the very least, I would guess, even if they were half pound each, that's 2,500 pounds of CBD flowers. And again, I get it. He had somewhere to go with those. I guarantee it. He was probably gonna. I'm wondering, and this is interesting. I'm sure that this won't come out that this was happening. I'm wondering if this was not Coca-Cola purchasing their own CBD to experiment with, because Pepsi was talking about a CBD product. If you don't know out there, they haven't released anything, but I'd say probably 3 months ago, maybe Pepsi announced that they were maybe looking into adding CBD to a drink or a water or something. So this may have been, I don't know if this kid was, bringing in anywhere between 2,500 and 5,000 pounds, I would say, of CBD flowers to experiment with, or if he's just starting his own CBD company with the money that he has, because CBD is so big right now and everybody's doing it. And he just wants to get more rich, because that seems to be the way that it is as well. Nobody wanted anything to do with the industrial hemp world until they realized they could get rich on it. And now everybody wants something to do with industrial hemp, specifically CBD.
John in the chat room does have a question. John Dvorak, am I saying that correctly? Probably not. In any case, so what are your thoughts on smoking high CBD hemp flowers? I heard that it is all the rage in Switzerland.
I know that it is. It's becoming very popular again. We've held out on carrying CBD flower only because in Ohio we're still in this weird law enforcement / medical marijuana policy world, where I just don't know if they would again take my customer's word for it that it wasn't a THC product. I'm all for, honestly, ingesting it in any way that you want to ingest it as a human is fine with me. I know we will pick up flower. I'm currently waiting for SB 57 to pass in Ohio, and then we will pick up probably a line of hemp flower. And it is becoming all the rage, honestly, in a lot of states. I probably in the last 3 months, which is where we're really starting to see, since the 2018 Agricultural Improvement Act passed, I've been contacted by a lot of CBD pre-rolls, or just again buying 1 gram, 3 gram packages of high CBD. Once again, 0.3% or less THC for all of you out there, which makes it an industrial hemp product. And so, it's no different than getting the relief that you want to get out of it from the tincture or vaping it. Smoking it gets it into your system really quick. Obviously, smoking anything is bad for our lungs. There's no definitive medical proof out there that smoking cannabis causes lung cancer. But again, I will never say that smoking is proper for our lungs, because it's not. That being said, I believe that it is also one of the obviously historically ways to get cannabis, whether it's THC, CBD, CBG, CBN, terpenes, or anything else into the system. And the reason is because people were always under the assumption that they had to hold that smoke into your lungs. That is absolutely not true. Okay. When you bring that smoke into your lungs, the vapor, the chemical vapor that's included in that with the chemicals that you want to go into your system go into your blood system almost immediately. So when you bring that smoke into your lungs and you hold it in there for just a couple seconds, that's enough time to get what you need out of it and then get rid of it.
Yeah.
Most people are under some classic assumption that the longer you hold it in there, the more you get. It's absolutely not true. Science tells us that the small parts go right into the blood system. The smoke, the thick part that you don't want to keep, which is the transitional part, it's no different than any other transitional part. You exhale quickly because you're going to get the medical or therapeutic benefits of that product. I don't want to say medical when it comes to CBD. I'm just talking about like the THC where that's legal. Therapeutically, you get the results as well. And so anyway, I believe that if that's the way people, and a lot of people are very familiar with that form of ingestion, and so therefore, they're ready to smoke CBD, so to speak. And again, it is up there with the tincture or the vape products as far as a transition time into the body. It is very, very fast. Again, the lungs absorb that, just like the vape, absorb that chemical compounds. It goes into the bloodstream very quickly. And so, as far as a transition, it's not the healthiest, once again, because the human lungs were not meant to ingest smoke of any kind. For millions of years, we ran from smoke. And so, that's the truth of the human anatomy. Again, how much damage smoking cannabis in any form, whether industrial hemp or what they call marijuana, has really yet to be medically studied, because once again, we need to unschedule it, take it off the controlled substance list to really get that. But I can say that in any studies that have been done, no one has proved yet that cannabis smoke does harm or causes lung cancer, I should say. Okay. And so, we until I see definitive studies that do, I'm going to go on that. And because I semi believe that too. Again, smoking anything, not good for the lungs. But I do believe that if you want to ingest your cannabis products in smoking form, again, it is one of the quicker ways to get the CBD in your system. Maybe not the healthiest. And so again, once SB 57 passes here and we really can put on, say, hey, look, this is why this product isn't illegal, and I can hand that to the customer, then we'll start carrying it. But I know there are stores in Cincinnati that sell CBD flower. I'm sure I think we're going to see a lot more of it popping up in Kentucky. Because Kentucky's growing a lot of CBD, and so they're going to have a lot of more flower available, and so I do believe that we're going to see a lot more CBD flower popping up at speedways and whatever in Kentucky. Probably the CVS, because they've decided to sell CBD. Not that they won't sell the flower, but anyway. Yeah, over in Kentucky, but it is, some places are selling it, and it is legal. And for that matter, I should sell it and say, hey, with a warning to the customers to make sure you're prepared for the police to not take your word for it. We would sell it or will sell it. So, it's big. And again, in the last 3 months, I've been probably 10 different companies from all over the country have offered me CBD flower pre-rolls, and so here's one on my desk right now, smokable hemp flower. And so yes, I believe that just like anything else, is if that's what works for the customer, then that's what that should be available for the customer. Until otherwise, whatever, then that should be what it is. So when we pick it up, and I'm sure some customers will love it, I won't stop selling it. I've just kind of hesitated a little bit because it's still kind of a controversial thing that I really don't want to put my customers through, even though I should offer it to them and allow them to make that choice themselves. It's kind of a funny line there, I guess. I don't really want to be making decisions for anyone else. Busy enough trying to take care of what I got. So anyway, hope that answered your question, John. John is up in the northeast part of the country, holding it down with the hemp knowledge. I know that he has a hemp traveling museum, and is I'm honored to have you watching. All praises to those of the hemp warrior status.
Indeed. Bonnie also checking in the comments section. Welcome to you and all the others who don't feel like commenting. That's fine. You don't have to tell us how great we are or ask a question or anything. It's just enough that you're here with us.
That's right. We love you. We love you. Either way, a couple events, and we'll get through this. May 19th, the hemp road trip at a Healing Ground Farms in Mount Vernon, Kentucky. I put the information up on the website. And so you're looking at Rick Trojan. I think Morris Beagle may be there, the NOCO, if I saw right. And then, of course, Mike Lewis, Growing Warriors. If you want, I think it's $15, free for veterans. But if you're in Kentucky and you want to get as much hemp farming knowledge, there is no one better than Mike Lewis. No one. Hands down, I'll take Mike. Mike teaches agriculture at the University of Kentucky. He's been growing hemp for 5 years now through the Kentucky program. He's been through the struggles. He's highly intelligent. Knows his farming, knows his hemp, and so that's May 19th. That's coming up real soon, obviously. But well worth the $15, no matter where you're from, to be honest with you. If you want to get into hemp farming, this is an all-day thing. I would definitely highly recommend it. Probably the biggest bargain around that's not free. Excuse me. May 24th, 25th in Poland at the Hemp Today Center in Poland. You've got the Hemp Machines and Technology Micro Summit. And so if you're interested in machinery, especially, things that are going on over in Poland, that may be interesting. I just love this because they've built something called the Hemp Today Center. And so just to know that place exists in the world makes me happy. The Hemp Today Center. May 31st.
Polish people it took to build the Hemp Today Center.
Hey, watch it. Let's not go back to the 80s. I don't want to relive the 80s. For those of you that may not have been born yet or know anything about that joke, it seemed like making fun of Polish people in the 80s was replaced by making fun of blonde women in the 90s. No. But honestly, for some reason, I don't know why, but the Polish people really took a hit in the 80s with jokes. I am not an off-color joke person. Now they're building places called the Hemp Today Center.
They've overcome.
Who's funny now, huh? Who are you making fun of now, huh? Yeah, right. They're smarter than we are if they're building Hemp Today Centers. I can tell you that. Oh, boy. Thank you, Poland, for proving Polish people are not dumb. May 31st. This is big for the CBD world. This is an FDA event at the White Oak campus. Again, the information's on the second page at hemptations.com. But they are taking comments on CBD. And I think it's kind of interesting that the UK, something in the UK, United Kingdom, came out and said that CBD has no medical benefits. That being said, it should, and I don't know how their laws work or what works over there. It would stay just where it is here, which is as a supplement, which is true. I don't care if the FDA never says CBD doesn't have or does have medical benefits or not. What the FDA needs to know right now is honestly they can stay out of the CBD supplement business. These CBD companies will continue because there's already been an FDA approved CBD drug. Okay. So these CBD companies will continue to do medical studies where they can to prove that their CBD product has medical benefits, and then it can get approved by the FDA, and that's fine. Then their package can say, this does this. And the FDA has approved that. Until then, as that happens, then we can still have CBD as a supplement. Basically, you can call it an herbal supplement if you want. It's just a supplement, a dietary supplement, whatever. The FDA does not regulate supplements. The FDA only regulates what you say about your supplements, or possibly whether what you say is in your supplements is really in your supplements. But they don't regulate supplements. You don't have to get your vitamin C supplement approved by the FDA to get put on the shelves at Walgreens. Just like you don't have to get your hemp tincture supplement approved by the FDA so we can sell it at Hemptations. Supplements don't have any proven medical benefits. I'm going to say that again. Supplements don't have any proven medical benefits. Okay? Doesn't mean they don't work. Doesn't mean they're not effective. That just means that they didn't go through the procedure that the FDA sets up so that you can call something a medicine. Okay? That's how it works with all supplements. I don't take care if you're taking iron or, like I said, vitamin C or any of the other hundreds of supplements that are available over the counter at any pharmacy and anywhere else. CBD is no different than that. And so, in all honesty, the FDA just needs to stay out of it. If you want to go talk to the FDA and tell them where they belong in the CBD supplement world, it is, yes, don't let anybody make medical claims if it's not a medicine. Yes, if someone's selling a product that's dangerous, has something in it or doesn't have something in it or should have something in it or shouldn't have something in it, then yes, the FDA can do something about that. But the one thing that's interesting is the best they could ask for is a recall if they did find something. Now, if you are making medical claims, they will tell you stop or you will go to jail, which is true. 100% true. And so this is May 31st. Once again, this is at the White Oak campus in Silver Springs, Maryland, at the FDA. And I believe they're going to take public comments on CBD. Once again, if you're going to go, you really should just be prepared to tell them to stay out of the supplement part of it and to investigate, take the medical claims seriously. And obviously they do, because it's very difficult to get approved.
Nope. We have a freeze. Beach is frozen. Frozen beach. Don't know what happened at the hemp quarters. Maybe some sort of internet snafu. John, I do see your other question in the chat. To answer your question from my end, I have absolutely no idea. John's asking about legal medical marijuana growth sites start using their stalks to turn into hemp products. Probably get that question and use that question next week, because it seems like it might be kind of involved technically, and it's a technical expertise that I do not possess that Beach may possess. Obviously, for those users turning in, Beach is frozen, as you can see over this way. Well, it's this way. Frozen Beach right there. Hemptations.com for locations to find the stores. If you're in Southwest Ohio, Dayton, Cincinnati, you know where it be, as the kids say. Come check out the products. Take advantage of the expertise of the people who work there. I know a lot of them. They're knowledgeable about hemp and CBD products and all that. It is spring/summer here in the Cincinnati area. A lot of clothing you can get, the hemp dogs, the nutritious hemp hearts, stuff like that for cookouts and grill outs and dinner parties and all of that. You know the drill. If you're looking for hemp products or CBD products, hemptations.com. Also, all the events are there. Facebook, of course, the show every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time. We're also on YouTube at the Jedi Hemp channel. Go subscribe there. If you want to know when we post a new video, then you will know. Beach has returned.
I'm back. Sorry, folks.
Go.
That was
Audio
mine.
And video.
Totally my fault
effect.
once again. We're going to blame Spectrum on that. Their internet coming into our building.
Screw those guys.
Jacked me, and I'm back. They didn't like what I was saying to the FDA. Can you believe that? The FDA just shut me down. We need to go there and tell them to stop that. No, anyway, I'm back just long enough to finish up real quick here. June 3rd through 9th is Hemp History Week, so let's all look forward to celebrating that. June 4th and 5th is the Eastern U.S. Hemp Conference and Expo. And June 6th, again, all this stuff's on the website, second page, Tennessee Hemp Victory Bash and Summit in Nashville. So that's pretty much it as far as events coming up soon. Apologize the disappearing there, folks. We're going to blame that on the cable company. We're going to blame that on the FDA. We're going to blame that on whoever. It is what it is. So I'm back just long enough to say reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.
And we'll see you all next week. And as I said, John, your second question, we'll get to that next week.
Oh, what was it? I missed it.
It looks quite involved. I told you might want to save it for next week. But here's the question itself for those of you who want to know. He said, have you seen any legal medical marijuana grow sites start using their stalks to turn into hemp products? It is my understanding that most grow facilities are throwing away their stalks. Some companies like Nine Fiber are pre-cycling these stalks into hemp. The root balls can be used as salve too, and he wanted to know your thoughts. But while you disappear, I'll let him know that might be kind of an involved technical question that we will definitely get to next week if you want to do some research on it, or if you know now is up to you.
Well, that'll be our cliffhanger. I should have left that our cliffhanger. Shouldn't have mentioned it. So next week I will dive into that entire subject. Thanks, John. Thanks everybody else for watching. Thanks, Carrie. You're still our number one fan. Peace.
Indeed. See you all next week.